How's it going, everyone? Gazavelli back with another video. Today I just want to talk to you about reactive abuse and love, how the narcissist sees love. In the beginning, for the narcissist in their childhood, they were conditioned to, through their abuse and the trauma that they faced from their narcissistic parent, their abusive parent, they were conditioned to associate love with abuse, with withdrawal, avoidance, betrayal. So with all this abuse and everything that happened to them when they were younger, because they were confined, they were neglected, abused, but they were suppressed, held back, neglected, from being their own person, from separating and individuating. And so they got angry, they had anger and rage and everything. They were hurt when they were kids. So instead of hurting their mother, their narcissistic mother, they directed it inward. They directed that anger towards themselves. They internalized the anger. And so they learned to associate love with abuse. So to them now it's back to front. It's like love is hate, hate is love. They think love equals pain. They associate it with being hurt. They associate it with abuse. So now they're of the belief that they deserve to be traumatized, they deserve to be abused, they deserve to be hurt and everything like that. They didn't feel good enough, they didn't feel, by their narcissistic parent, they felt inferior. And so that's why they decided, that's why they disassociated through the extreme abuse, and they put on a false self because they felt like they weren't good enough. But they understand now, as they grew up, they understand the language of hate. They think love is pain, love is hurt, love is trauma, love is abuse. So now they're looking to rewrite the story because they were angry, they were frustrated, they weren't allowed to separate and individuate and become their own person. They're looking to do that through a partner, through an intimate partner. And so they're trapped in this cycle of abuse. And they bring their intimate partner into this cycle. And because now they see their intimate partners, or their intimate partner as a maternal figure, like their mother, they use them as a sort of conveyor belt or a conduit or a means to sort of as a vehicle, if you like, to relive it again. It's like that, but they want to have the upper hand this time. They want to come out on top, because in the original story they were abused, neglected, traumatized, they may have been pedestalized or treated as a golden child or parentified, or what. There was some sort of extreme abuse, and that caused them to feel like they were inferior, feel like they weren't good enough, feel like they had to, put on a false self and be someone else. And their wiring got all mixed up, it's all topsy-turvy, it's all back to front. Because it's like they were conditioned to think that now love is abuse, which we know it isn't. But this is how they're wired. They're wired, and they want to now take out, the abuse onto their intimate partners. I mean, they want to separate and individuate, and they want to use the partner as a means to do that. But they want to be abused, and they want to be traumatized, and they want to be broken. They want all this abuse to happen. So they want the partner to become a sadistic abuser, a sadistic predator, and they want that intimate partner to abuse them, because they see love as abuse. So when the partner is being sadistic and is being cruel and malicious and angry and all these things, all these negative affectivity, they take it as this partner's being loving. This person's being a loving person towards me. But it's it's all back to front. But what they'll do is they'll get into this relationship. They'll rush into these relationships, but they're wanting to use that partner who they see as a maternal figure, they see as their mother. They want to coerce that person into abusing them, because they feel like abuse is what they want to be abused. They want to be abused because they want to shift it, deflect it back onto the partner and say and point the finger and say, look, see, they're the abuser, they're the one that's hurting me, they're the ones that's traumatizing me. But this is what they want, because they want to separate and they want to individuate, and they have to see you as the enemy. They have to see you as the one in the wrong in order to separate and individuate. But that's why they'll throw objects, they'll break things, they'll have rage fits and things like that when they're not getting their way. But they want to coerce the partner. They want to force the partner to be a sadistic abuser, to be a predator, to be an animal, to be someone that doesn't have empathy or care or loving, any love or kindness or anything like that. They want to flip it the other way. And if the partner is sadistic and is evil and is malicious and angry and abuses them, then they're going to see that as a loving partner, and they're going to be way less abusive towards that person, because they see that as love. They see that as that's a caring, loving, person, a caring maternal figure. And so, that sort of de-escalates the abuse from them, because they see that, great, it's working. This is the way that I want it to go. They want their partner to be abusive. And so they think that like if anyone, you know, because they think that if anyone loves them, if anyone cares for them, has care, you know, tenderness and everything, like has empathy for them and things like that, they hate that. Like it's the opposite with them. They just see love, empathy, kindness, compassion, caring, everything like that. They see that as like you're preventing them from doing what they want to do, and that's to separate and individuate and be their own person, be their own, you know, individual. And so, you know, they understand the language of hate, they understand the language of rejection and avoidance, because this is how they grew up. This is they know the ropes, they know how, you know, they were raised in an abusive household. So, you know, they feel comfortable with abuse. They you know, and this is the environment that they want. You know, they see that an ideal partner is a predator, is a sadistic abuser, is someone that is malicious, hurt, you know, will hurt them and will abuse them and neglect them and avoid them, and you know, with will withdrawal and all this sort of things, because this is what they associate with love. It's like it's all back to front with them. But if the partner is that way, then great. If they see that person, if that person is a predator, is evil and is sadistic and everything like that, they see that as loving. They think that's, you know, and plus they can use that person as a means to, you know, eventually separate and individuate from them. So to them, that's an ideal partner. But if the partner is loving, kind, empathic, someone that shows them tender mercy and, you know, is empathetic towards them and shows them love and does everything for them and things like that. I mean, they want a caretaker, they want someone to look after them, but at the same time, they're just using that person, you know, using and abusing that person, but they're looking to provoke that person. They want to push their buttons because they want that reaction. It's reactive abuse. They want to push, they want to prod, they want to, you know, cause that person to lash out. So if the partner is loving, kind, empathic, and things of that nature, then they hate that. They want to push that person. They're going to, like, you know, that's going to escalate the abuse. That's going to make the abuse even worse, and it just amplifies it, and it just accelerates the abuse. And we're thinking, like, you know, we're only trying to do the right thing. We love this person. We want to show them love and everything, but they understand it a completely opposite way. Like, to them, you know, it's like, if you love me, you'll hurt me. You know, if you love me, punish me. This is their mindset. And if the partner fails to punish them or hurt them or be sadistic towards them, a predator towards them, then that's going to escalate. It's going to, you know, it's going to increase the abuse. Like, the abuse is just going to get worse and worse and worse. So that's where we see, you know, we see it like with narcissistic abuse. We see, like, you know, it just gets worse and worse because, you know, when we don't have, you know, we didn't have the education, we were, you know, coerced or tricked and trapped into this abusive relationship. You know, we're thinking we can you know, we can love them, we can love them out of this, we can, you know, we're empathic, so we're going to, like, show, you know, be kind and be caring towards this person, but they're just wired the opposite way. It's like love is hate, hate is love. You know, love is pain, pain is love. It's like, you know, and they're just trapped in this cycle of abuse. But yeah, that's what their objective is to separate and individuate. And yeah, basically they just want to push their partner, provoke them, and you know, cause them to react in an abusive way. And that's the reason why it escalates, because usually the partner, you know, is trying to be loving and caring and kind and trying to be there for them. But it's like when we're trying to be there for them, they just hate us for that. They don't want us to be there for them because they're an absence. You know, it's as like Sam Vaknin says, like the narcissist is an absence masquerading as a presence. And when you're trying to be there for them, they just hate you. And this all stems from their childhood. It's just something that they were conditioned, you know, through the abuse and the trauma. It like, yeah, gave them brain damage. So now they're just trapped in this cycle of abuse, and they're just in this cycle. And they're just looking to trick and trap like anyone into this cycle, so they can become an individual through that person. But anyway, this is one about reactive abuse. Hope you're well. You know, peace and love. Thanks to all the new subscribers and things like that. I really appreciate it. Appreciate all the love and all the comments and things like that. Just hope everyone's, you know, healing up. You know, keep moving forward, keep progressing, keep being awesome. Yeah, thanks to everyone. Peace and love. I'll catch you in another video real soon. Peace out.